This is the Sony a7 III, a camera that was extremely hyped up at the time of its release for its great value at $2,000. It's been a year since then, and with occasional discounts, every now and then an average guy like me may come along and try to justify themselves why they should splurge a large quantity of money for a camera that Sony calls basic. And I use it on my YouTube channel. So how does this expensive piece of camera equipment work for me? Would I buy it again? Those are the type of questions I want to answer for you guys today in my not so comprehensive review. Let's get started. An in-depth review of this camera could take over 30 minutes with how amazing and complex the thing is. However, there are already some great, amazing reviews out there, and I probably can't do it justice, so I'll just give you my personal experiences. I bought this camera because I wanted a no-compromise approach to photography and videography. I wanted something that was good for still imagery and just taking nice, crisp 4K video. The Sony a7 III is built in a way that fits in your hands well, with a nice solid grip and decent ergonomics. My only complaint would be the grip is a little close to the E-mount, making it hard to grip your fingers all the way to the body with certain lenses. I like the overall aesthetic. There's a ton of buttons that can be customized to your needs and lets you pretty much control how you like your camera laid out. There's also a nice selection of ports to help you charge the camera, transfer data, and connect different devices. There's USB Type-C port, micro USB, 2 SD card slots, headphone and mic jacks, you name it. It's got everything a casual consumer could want, and sometimes it's a little overwhelming. My only complaints about the physical features of this camera is that the screen on the back can't flip outwards, which would have made it easier to shoot, say, a video like I'm shooting right now. I could frame, color correct, and expose the image better if I had a flippable display that I can always look at just in case I think something's off. Luckily, there is an app for your phone that does that. It's called Imaging Edge Mobile. It's honestly kind of clunky, not too feature-packed, but it does get the job done all right. The camera itself is snappy, it's quick to get the shot that I want, and I just love using this camera. I've made YouTube videos with this camera that look absolutely fantastic. I've taken on vacation to take pictures of things like a filthy tourist, and the images look amazing. However, what really impressed me the most is its low light capabilities. I can shoot photos and videos at 3200 ISO, and they're still usable. Overall, it's a fantastic camera with incredible quality. However, it would really struggle to be a vlog cam. So I really don't recommend this for that, unless you have some kind of external monitor with you at all times, and that only makes the setup even more heavy and even less suited for vlogs. Okay, so now let's talk about ease of use. While Sony considers this a basic camera, it's not easy to use. It has a lot of really cool features like eye tracking and fast autofocusing. However, if you're not used to adjusting every little detail to fit your every little need, then you're gonna have a bad time. There are a lot of options, and honestly, the menus are not that intuitive. I actually ended up having to Google a lot of my answers despite owning a Sony E-mount camera before. The a7 III is, I would say, middle class when it comes to weight. It's heavy enough to sometimes be a burden to carry around. However, you're never really annoyed enough to put it down and keep it there, unlike some big DSLRs. I love that it shoots 4K video and it looks absolutely fantastic, but for smaller creators with lower end machines, this may be a pain to edit. Thankfully, they got 1080p 120 frames per second for that sweet slow-mo. So overall, I've had a pleasant experience with this camera, but well, for $2,000, you kind of expect that. It's definitely not for every person, but what if it's for you too? If the primary purpose for this camera is to keep it stationary or for outdoor shooting, I think this is a very versatile camera that can get almost any job an average person wants done. It's easy to hold in the hand, it's fast, it sees in the dark, and can easily get you great pictures quickly. But I definitely wouldn't vlog with this, especially when there's cheaper and better options elsewhere. I do love it, but I won't lie, sometimes I think to myself, could I have found something that was just as good and fit my needs just as well for a cheaper price? And most of the time, the answer to that is no. Just make sure you can justify it, because there's still plenty of other options out there that are perfect for each individual price range. This is just definitely more on the higher end when it comes to us regular consumers. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Would you ever consider this camera, or are you looking at something else right now? Is this too large of a price tag for you, or is this something you say to yourself that I want to splurge on? Leave all that down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and well, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.